Hello everyone, welcome to StraightA. Dawson here, back with another video here today, and today we're talking about the Miami Dolphins 2024-2025 NFL season, their stats, their analysts, whatever, going over their whole roster real quickly, and just kind of see how I predict this will all go. So very excited about this video here today. Hope you guys are ready. Please like down below, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and comment any suggestions for future videos below. Without further ado, let's get right into the video. You know them, you love them. It's the Miami Dolphins. Very explosive, very fun to watch. They were last year, really nice. Even the year before that, they were all right. So, what are the expectations for the Miami Dolphins going into this season? Honestly, I don't think they're actually going to do very well. It's going to be a hot take, and everybody's going to go in the comments saying I'm stupid for thinking the Miami Dolphins won't do well because I'm predicting for all 32 teams, and everybody has pretty much said that in almost every video. I said that somebody has sucked in. Even the videos that people have told me or that I've done really well, like, hey, you're going to go fucking 11-6. No, they're going to go fucking 14-3, 15-2, whatever. All those people. I just don't think they're going to do that well. They don't have the easiest schedule. They don't have the hardest by far either. I'm kind of underwhelmed by Tua. I think Tua is a one-dimensional quarterback that gets the job done. Don't get me wrong. I think, obviously, he's a quarterback in the NFL. He's a great talent. But I just don't know. Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle make that team something special. Raheem Mostert and Devon Achane make that team something special. Everything else is just fine. The O-line, fine. D-line, fine. Secondary, fine. Tua, fine. Then you have just your three weapons. Raheem Mostert, Tyreek Hill, and Jalen Waddle. Heaven forbid any of those guys get hurt, and Devon Achane, sorry. You have four weapons. One of them gets hurt, sure, you're still okay. Two of them get hurt or unoperational, sorry. It's pretty much shit creek at that point. I'm just nervous about it because I think Tyreek Hill is coming off a really damn good season. Tua is as well. Jalen Waddle's pretty decent season. Devon Achane, pretty decent season for everything he did. I think he'll probably get a lot of love. Raheem Mostert, I'm not too sure. He's coming off a stellar season. So all these guys are coming off amazing seasons, and their team actually is coming off a pretty decent season in the regular season at least, for sacks allowed, stuff like that. And this team feels like it just burns out. It feels like it burns out too quickly, and I don't see this being I feel like this is an 8-game team win. 8-game team season. There we go. Because they could easily go 17-0 if they keep up the momentum they always do, but they never do. Tua, fine. Raheem Mostert, Tyreek Hill went over them. Odell Beckham, he'll get 600 yards and 4 touchdowns or something like that. Everything else just fine. Like the O-line, I can't really argue with the results. I don't think they're that great, but they're obviously not that bad. So, actually looking at their numbers before, Teron Armstead, pretty damn good. Austin Jackson, pretty all right. Isaiah Wynn, if he can get healthy, pretty damn good. So, whatever. They're pretty good. Then you got the defense. And this defense on paper looks fucking awful. I'm not going to lie. Bradley Chubb and Calais Campbell, and that Calais Campbell's only name value at this point. Everybody else, I guess, is fine. Jalen Phillips is pretty good. I like Deshaun Hand, by the way. So, like, they're fine. They're going to do fine. They're going to do great. No, they're going to do fine. That's my word for the day. Secondary, again, on paper, actually looks pretty damn good. Actually, looking at this again, Kendall Fuller, Jordan Poyer, Javon Holland, Jalen Ramsey. This actually be a damn good secondary. I might actually change my prediction on this because they actually look damn good. So we'll rethink that one. But let's go into the kind of the stats. Tua, 4,624 yards. Previous season got 3,500. Previous season before that was like 2,500. I don't think he's going to do this again, but is he going to be good? I'm not too sure. I really don't know. Tua is just like a boomer bust type of guy. He played all 17 games, and he got most of his yards in like the first half of the season. He has 29 touchdowns and 14 interceptions. He throws so many interceptions just because he throws up to Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle all the time. I don't think that's going to change. I think it's just going to get worse. Again, Tua's fine. Raheem Mostert, Devon Achane. So, okay, as my rule, Raheem Mostert is listed as the RB1. So my prediction is for Raheem Mostert. But Devon Achane's one of those guys that I predict will do better than the running back one. So I'm making the prediction for Raheem Mostert, but also taking into account this could easily kind of reverse and be Devon Achane. And by the way, you guys are going to see these numbers and compare them to what they did previous season. You're going to call me fucking stupid because I do not have them. At least I don't have Raheem Mostert 18 touchdowns. Like, I don't. And I don't have Tua at 29 touchdowns. I don't have Tyreek Hill at fucking 13. I have them all pretty good, but normal good because I just don't think they're going to do that well. We'll talk about Devon Achane a little bit later. Jalen Waddle, again, he's a great wide receiver too. I think he could be wide receiver one in most systems. They have Jonnu Smith now, who's very reliable in the end zone. They really haven't had a good tight end, so that's really good. Odell Beckham should add a layer to the scene. That'll be pretty good. And overall, their sacks, I mean, like I said, they pretty damn good. The numbers don't lie, 56 and 15. So I can't really argue with the results. So we'll continue on. I'm just gonna get to the stat predictions because I really have nothing else to say looking at the stat line, because I've said pretty much everything I want to. Is that this team is really fired up, can do a lot, but again, they're so paper thin. You know, glass cannon type deal. So that's actually kind of like Tua. So we're just gonna go right into the predictions. All right, I'm not gonna try to waste time and build up all that. Tua, I don't think he's gonna throw for 4,000 yards. I just don't. I do think he'll probably get close, 3,750, 3,900, something like that, somewhere in between those numbers. 27 touchdowns. I up that a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. It's good. It's fine. It's good. I just don't see him. And the only reason I'm really giving him that benefit of the doubt is because fucking Tyreek Hill's on this fucking team. 50 to 100 rushing yards. He rushes for like 50 every season, so go for it. 0 rushing touchdowns and whatever. 16 interceptions. Again, this man throws Hail Marys like fucking nothing else. He'll throw stupid passes. He'll throw super inaccurate. And I know there's a bunch of stats and love Tua lovers out there, and I'll see the stat lines. Oh, he actually has a really good accuracy when you really put it to this test and put this test and this test. Shut the fuck up. All right, shut the fuck up. Okay, I don't like deeping out. I like stats. I like seeing all this stuff. But when you overbear a like stats, you just kind of blow things out of proportion. Are some of them pretty cool and some of them pretty interesting? Yeah, sure. But when you're tackling something so specific, sometimes it just doesn't fucking matter. Like, what the fuck do you mean? All right, I get it. Maybe that makes me sound stupid. Take it as you will. Tua, I just don't think he's that good. 35 to 39, still not bad, though. Raheem Mostert. Okay, so we're going to talk about this one for a minute. Raheem Mostert, 899 yards. I think this is probably what he's capable of rushing. But this is a really complicated team to predict rushing yards for. And pretty obviously why. Raheem Mostert and Devon Achane are both running back ones easily. Raheem Mostert and Devon Achane have very similar run styles. So how do you predict for one running back? And again, I'm sticking to my rules just because I'm a fucking rule stickler here. Devon Achane has the potential to go for 1,500 plus yards. That's just fucking simple. But Raheem Mostert's there. And I think as long as Raheem Mostert takes even half the games and half the snaps, he's going to get 800 to 899 yards. With that said, Devon Achane, with that in taking into account, probably still breaks 1,000, but probably just barely or just under 1,000. So I'm kind of all right with saying Raheem Mostert's 800 to 899 yards. And I'm okay taking an L on Devon Achane's added to the bell curve because I think it's so susceptible to being whatever it could be. Actually, I'm going to make a small adjustment. I made a small adjustment because I thought Epiphany kind of came to my head when I was talking about Raheem Mostert and Devon Achane splitting carries. I don't think this team is actually going to be able to run the ball as much. Not because I don't think their running backs are good. I think they're both really good. But my thought was I think they're going to be behind a lot. I do think that, and I think that's why Tua is going to get a lot of interceptions, stuff like that too. So the epiphany came to my head, and I'm like, okay, I actually don't think both of them are going to get 100 plus. So I'm going to kind of do the logical thing and say Raheem Mostert and Devon Achane can swap back and forth between just under 1,000 yards. Now, this is also because my bell curve does not allow me to put Devon Achane in the next tier because I don't think he's going to be that good in terms of better than the running backs I put in the tier above 1,000 plus. And there's 3 more running backs I think are going to be better than him that are left for me to rank. So I'm going to say Devon Achane's probably the one to get 900 to 999 yards, and Raheem Mostert's going to fall just under 800. I think they'll get close. Don't get me wrong. I think they could both do very well. They've had the track record of doing well, but I'm just gonna predict this. Devon Achane's probably gonna rush for like 11 touchdowns. Raheem Mostert 8 touchdowns, something like that. They'll get close to 20, maybe 16 to 19, something like that. Moving on. Tyreek Hill still gonna be a beast, 1,300 to 14 or 1,300 to 1,500 yards. Don't think he's gonna do as amazing as he did previous season, but he's still gonna be pretty damn good. 11 receiving touchdowns. Jalen Waddle over 1,000. I think he'll get more love in the receiving touchdowns a game because he's gonna be needed there. And Jonnu Smith 3 receiving touchdowns. Outside of those 3, there's really not anybody else on the team. Odell Beckham will catch a couple, but that's about it. O-line, again, I think their O-line's kind of sneaky good. I have a lot of slots left in under 30 sacks allowed, so I'm going to put them in under 30 sacks allowed. 40 to 44 sack prediction for this one. I just think again, they're somewhere in the middle ground. I don't have much to say about them doing really well. I don't have to see them doing really badly. I think injury is going to be a bitch for them if Bradley Chubb doesn't get really get healthy, and a couple of their other players are very injury susceptible. So we'll see. Then you got interceptions. They got 15 last season, I believe, 14 or 15. I think they'll stay in that range. I almost put them in the next tier above, but I'm just not that confident in it. So we'll do 14 to 16. Next up, their schedule. A lot of people are gonna hate me for this, because I think they're gonna be easily around the negative. Not easily, but they're around the break-even point. Because San Fran, that's a loss. Bills, loss. Okay, well, sorry. In division, let's talk about division. They probably split with Bills. They probably split with the Jets, and they probably sweep the Patriots. And that's being kind of generous. I feel like I should give them a 3-3, but I'm going to give them a 4-2 just because I'm feeling generous. 49ers, you lose. Jags, I think they're going to lose. I think they win against the Cardinals and the Titans 6-4. And Raiders go either way. I'm going to give them a loss, though, 6-5. Browns, loss. Packers, loss. Texans, loss. Rams, loss. Then they probably win Colts and the Seahawks. So what was that, 8-9? So my prediction is they go 7 to 9 wins. I think I was generous in some of those games. Granted, I was also pretty mean when it comes to the Browns, Rams, Texans, and Packers, but all 4 of those teams are fucking good. So 7 and 10 is kind of my prediction for them. People are gonna say, "Oh my gosh, Miami Dolphins so much better than that." No, they're fucking not. Okay, listen, I may be a salty Broncos fan. All right, I'll put that out there. Maybe a salty Broncos fan. Dolphins will do better than the Broncos the next season, but they will not be putting up 70+ points on anybody next season. That is my prediction. Either way, guys, hope you enjoyed the video. Hopefully you don't dislike the video because my opinions are trash, apparently. And I'll see you on the next one. StraightA Dawson, out of here.